Hanch. Bring them back. What up, Prime Minister? On Earth days, the gods smoke weed and call it high day. Roach blunts on New Year's Eve keeps me off the highway. Seeing drunk drivers crash landing in the ditch the way it shines. He just these on that day. 1,000 a pop, plus the tree top of the rag top, not for his life but for the car. I saw this fag drop to his knees praying. Blacks have messed up priorities. 34 plus years old, telling you to sitting on keys. Tell a woman to drop it like garbage on the corner, or shake it like salt and pepper, but you're in church tomorrow. Praying for white cheese if your breath smells like gin Seagrams. You're bathing in cause he died for your sins. If Jesus is the truth, why does he have a Greek name? I'm asking you, why does the Pope wear a Jewish yarmulke? Things sound strange, this world is messed up. In diamonds and 2 earrings, black men are dressed up, walking on the ancestors' blood and say it's a red carpet. Come around here playing your big and become a target. I'm bringing back to those days when we would threaten DJs, saying they talk Toronto but not giving no airplay. Unless you're a rude boy speaking in Bacardi slang. No matter how much you email, they reply hardly, man. On November 06, I received an email about too much backlog. They didn't receive my tracks, but it shouldn't take that long. It's not 2-7, I haven't heard crime. What I heard, Pretty Ricky talk sex about 50 times. I heard booty 20 plus times. Rims and censorships on every track. These slaves talk about so much whips. Who wants to be a blood, a sellout, or a crip? Sign the dotted line when you rhyme so you can rep that shit. That's what they tell you. To hell they'll send you. Dumb black energy is on the devil's menu. Cause they think it's physical, but it's all spiritual. No snow till January, cramp off with rituals. Signs with Khalid Muhammad holding the AK. You would think I'm coming clean when my mind spray. If I wanted to be with thought power, I say, with eyes closed in meditation, abracadabra or ashe. It's been years since I've been to a party. Drunk off chartreuse or coke with my party. Speaking the bosses and slurs, tripping over my words, calling girls chicken but still flip cops the bird. Stumbling around this concrete jungle. No more time, I took the oath and swore to be humble. Hey yo, I got them sick thoughts to make you rise drastically. I got them hot thoughts to make you rise drastically. I got them sick thoughts to make you rise drastically. I got them hot thoughts to make you rise drastically. Hey yo, we bust the vortex like concrete to boot vortex. Listening to floor 93.5 just gets me more vexed. But it's something I must deal with, like slavery and whites. Raping the black woman and man in the day all night. Stomping on babies to break truth. Mentally they rape me today. It wasn't physical so far back in the day. That was only 500 plus years ago. Moor shaman, not Zulu like Mutu Credo. Scarborough, reppin' Scarborough since the Bago. Call me Negro and I turn charger from San Diego. No matter what your name is, you could be nameless. When you know your melanin self, our time is ageless. Our spiritual self is shapeless. But on the shelf, you got some hook nose like God outside of yourself. So-called or proclaim amnesty and bitch up. I'll get on soldiers or warfield marshals and councils of bishops. Enough, that's just the side of us that'll make you hiccup. Just like unsophisticated driving us behind truck hiccup. When I show slave pictures, stomach acid, you're gonna split up. Make the devil drop to his knees and the guard lift up. Hey yo, I got them chick thoughts to make you rise drastically. I got them hot thoughts to make you rise drastically. I got them sick thoughts to make you rise drastically. I got them hot thoughts to make you rise drastically.
Message to the youth. Oh man, yo, my message to the youth is this: be better than us. Be better than the last generation. Be better than us. I tell my kids all the time. You know what I mean? Each generation supposed to be better than the last one. Smarter. You know what I mean? Make better moves. Shit.
Black inquisitive general, torture a rapping dummy, wearing eyeshadow, piercing his tongue and tummy, piercing the lips and wearing gay earrings, king. One was bad, but now y'all are killing it, king. Some rappers taking it, some giving it, king. Just to have a whip in a mansion, they living it bling, living it artificial, acting like clones. When I hit you by text, I don't mean by phones. Morris squad bomb rappers on tracks like drones. Like casual, I didn't mean to put bats to your dome. Splitting numbskulls, squashing pea brains. Don't leave nails on fingers when I does it. Little chicken McNuggets, rapping little toys. Got young guns clapping, leave you limp like steam back. Troy asking what's happened, like you didn't know or expect it. For talking that misleading trash on all your records. More MC of the year, some say I'm a jerk. Around too much truth and the feelings got hurt. You rapping only in words on microphone masters. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all rappers. More MC of the year, some say I'm a jerk. Around too much truth and the feelings got hurt. You rapping only in words wearing skirts like black niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all rappers. There's nothing you normal rappers do that surprise me. Rapper Inquisitor make you eat poison ivy. Trinbago hot sauce all in your eyes for burning. For not teaching on mics that for Masons they learning. Rap black Nazis and you're not even German. Rather rap heads with t-shirts than Morris turbans. Turning hero logos to American eagles. Gold loose rope chains. Only songs about cocaine. Cough syrup and liquor mix you ride DJs. Still stacks of vinyl crates if we play. Don't believe anything or follow what cheats say. I study. Keep my album sides broken and some sides bloody. Burn rappers like crosses in front of your homes. Morris Ku Klux Klan and stomping on lawn gnomes. Throwing hip-hop award bricks to rappers' windows. Most hip-hop songs are just commercial jingle. Morris MC of the year, some say I'm a jerk. I rhyme too much truth and the feelings got hurt. You rapping only in words on microphone masters. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all rappers. Morris MC of the year, some say I'm a jerk. I rock too much truth and the feelings got hurt. You rapping only in words wearing skirts like black niggas. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all rappers.
It's like full-blown war in the get it wrong, coming forth strong like the bit is on. Salute to the god Abaddon, who they know like Iron Sheep, giving out the knowledge in the stars and in the streets to the ones that seek just the equal inherit. Truth I don't fear it. Turn up my speakers little louder so you can hear it. Don't be fooled by my appearance, I am clearing up the record. No, we ain't finished yet. Slaughterhouse for these dummy rappers who ain't been a threat. Dumping all your records to the curb. I'm bringing back the classics. Give me J. Rue, that brass tag shit. Bumping in with P and that boot camp click. I'm crushing all you candy rappers. And yo, if seeing is believing, I ain't sure that none of you harder than my breakfast. Tea and crack.
Morris MC of the year, some say I'm a jerk. I rock too much truth and the feelings got hurt.
The one thing you do with hip hop that no other genre music do is the older you get in hip hop, the more we kind of shut you out. You know, as rock and roll embrace their legends for the old or the OGs. But we don't embrace our OGs and all that. And it ain't, you know what I mean, which is a shame, you know what I mean?
Don't forget, go check out the I Am Not Black documentary, Lanray Obey. It's on YouTube. 27th Letters Podcast. So it's been a little crazy last 48 hours or something. It's been crazy. And remember, everything is lined up with where it's supposed to be, because it was already written. And we really don't realize that it was written. It's been crazy. There's a lot more. Yeah, we're live. We're here.
Okay.
I was just saying that it's been crazy That's been crazy the last about 48 hours.
Right, because I heard that they kicked in a Moore's home and did it on some type of covert.
Yeah, crackhead at the door, crackhead knock the door and then rush in. That's movie stuff right there.
Right, and then for a misdemeanor.
Oh, sorry, Moor. Sorry, Moor. Before we go ahead, before we carry on, please put your appellation on the record so we can, know that it's Moor's talking here. It's not Negro, black, colored, and Africans and Indians and Atachstans and all that. It's none of that. We're Moors over here.
None of that. I am upright, pure and clean national from the Moorish nation, Moorish National Divine movement. My name is Menelik. Well, my appellation is Menelik Abdurrahim Brown L. And I'm here to set the record straight. We are not Negro. We are not black. We're not colored. We're not African American. We're not Indians.
Islam. And also too, there was somebody in the chat said that there are 33 720 degree Grand Sovereign Commander. He's saying
720 degrees of Grand Sovereign Commander.
Yeah. He's saying start charging for everything these Europeans ask for. The record filed with the Secretary of State, District, County, and City, and authenticated by Washington, D.C.
Right.
He said
Washington, D.C. jurisdiction is nothing but 30 miles radius. So what they running?
Well, because he claims that he knows what Noble Drew Ali esoterically was trying to tell us.
Oh, really? So what esoterically he was trying to tell us? Please, I would like to know. That's one thing I would like to know more. Like, for real, I want that in detail. Word. So, they be coming up with all type of
Oh yeah. Hear this one. And he was hoping that Noble Drew Ali was hoping that we would fellowship with the Hebrew Israelites.
Fellowship with them. Why would we fellowship with Moors that don't know who themselves? Why? I'm fighting right now in my family. I have family members that are calling themselves Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Which don't give them no type of standing in law or anything like that. But they want to battle me, tell me that they are Hebrew Israelites, which Hebrew is a language. So what's really the concept behind most of these sleepy-headed Moors?
Yeah.
They all indoctrinated. Okay? Most of them are, and the ones that are not indoctrinated, that knows any type of inclination of the science, they are Moriscos. They convert souls. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They're the ones that's orchestrating all the bull crap, because they are the ones that's giving these Europeans the authority to do some of, well, I'm going to say some, mostly all the stuff they are doing.
Say that again, more, because I don't think they heard that one. Say that one again.
They are in cahoots and conspiring with these Europeans. They say that they're not in bed with them, but they are in bed with them. The whole thing is that we not looking at it what it truly are. Our prophet was cool, and they came in and they set it up how they wanted to set it up. That's why after the prophet demise, you see what I'm saying, they went to Jekyll Island and started setting up things. They started setting up shop after the prophet was put down. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
By dirty Moors. By dirty Moors. They ain't got the nerve to sit up there and put the prophet up front. Tell me the prophet didn't bring that. I just want to sometimes more like, you know, when they do these certain aspects and when they propagate lies, that really burns my soul. The first thing I think about is what the prophet is thinking about, how the prophet feel about how these treasonous Moors is sitting up here propagating nothing but lies.
Yeah, he put it all through the literature already. They just and they kept that back too. The literature that's letting you know that Noble Drew Ali knew. That Noble Drew Ali knew.
They hid the literature. They took the literature and they only put the real Detroit literature. They only let they little secret organizations that they let the so-called grand sheiks run the temples with, because they are the ones that's really conspiring on everything that the Moors is trying to come after their birthrights and nationality.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only way Moors going to be able to function and be able to have something. Because when the prophet was alive, he had grocery stores, he had everything. He had a newspaper. So when you go back and you retract the steps of what the prophet put forth and he left us, and then you go back from you go all the way back to 1913, New Jersey, Temple of Science. Okay, he put civics out first. That was the first thing before he even instituted a religious corporation that he may all work into one. So while these Moors is taking the divine side and is propagating the divine side and not bringing the civics with it, why?
Islam Moor.
It's way bigger. Islam Moor.
Islam.
It's way bigger than what these dirty Moors is trying to propagate.
Make it seem right. Now, let me just put this out there too. Bringing the people back into the constitutional fold of government by Ras Mariah Bey on page 54. Lack of comprehension and competent leadership. But again, the members, were left incomplete in their comprehension and understanding, were unable to comprehend the vastness of Noble Drew Ali's program. They began reverse church in the temples and completely left out the national side of the movement. Some today wouldn't deal with law, yet they say they obey the law. You would have to know the law to obey it. You have to know what law is and what law is not. Anyone really scrutinizing and doing research would come to this logical conclusion.
Absolutely, Mark.
So just to back that up in print for what you're saying.
Yep. Got you.
Okay, go ahead.
And they gotta understand that U.S. and like I heard Moore say, they are U.S. citizens. They part and partial to the said government. And I looked at him like he was going crazy. I was like, Moore, do you understand do you understand and understand what are you saying? Do you? So you trying to tell me you have allegiance to a corporation? That's what you're telling me. You got the banner on the right side. The banner on the right side when the banner is supposed to be on your left, and the Moorish flag is supposed to be on your right. But these Moors are saying that, oh, the prophets did not bring that, when I got pictures of the prophet with the right Moorish, with the flag, the Moorish flag in his right hand, and he has the banner in his left. What they say, more a picture is worth 1,000 words.
For real. For real.
You know, and then they want to get up here, and then they want to slander more that Detroit, and that's trying to really wake the people up and really share
exactly
Detroit information.
Exactly.
I smell the rat.
Right.
I can smell it. Like, and then we have these. Okay, and what really I like to call them naysayers, because these naysayers, right? They come and they try to change the narrative and try to spin it. You know what I mean? Because they know half of our people are not consonant enough to know exactly what's going on.
Right.
So they try to spin that, and then they come with, oh brother, oh peace. You know, you Moors, y'all are rogues. Y'all Moors that's outside the temple, y'all are rogues. And y'all Moors sovereign citizens. That's how they speak, right? When we know that you cannot be a Moorish sovereign citizen, that's an oxymoron. Moors are sovereign, period, because they come from a nation, a body politic of Moors that our forefathers started this government. Before George Washington was even appointed to be the so-called president. But we have these Moors coming out their face talking about, oh, the prophet didn't bring civics. Why would they say that? Because they want us docile. They want to keep on perpetrating the fraud. They want to hold up this corporation and keep it functioning the way it's functioning. Because they get all type of incentives, all right? They're doing all type of shady deals, and then they have the nerve to try to slander the Joe Moors on camera. I'm the grand sheik of la 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 la. Come on, Moor. Like, and then what really gets me too, Moor, is like when you are studying and you know the situation, then they want to come challenge you on everything that you put out. It's like they want to come with their little crowd, you know what I mean, to come and try to challenge you everything they do. But I told them intellectually I'm chopping their neck off, because I'm not standing for it. You want to sit up here, you want to talk smack about our prophet, some of these old slow-mos out there that don't know themselves, okay, I have a problem with them because they don't know themselves. That's the only problem I have with them. But the COINTEL, the ones that know, the ones that's out here that's causing confusion, the ones that's out here that tell us divide and conquer, those are the ones that need to be held for treason. That's why I'm with us, all the Moors coming together and uniting from all territories that are Detroit. You see what I'm saying? Just like Abdullah said, you know what I mean? We need to all come together up under an organized constitution, and everybody need to be on one accord. I don't care if you in Georgia, I don't care if you in so-called North Carolina, I don't care if you in so-called New York, I don't care where you at. Because that's the only way we're gonna be able to move and do what we're supposed to do. Because when I hate the fact, and I hate to say hate, but I hate the fact when you have Moors out here trying to slander and hold up Detroit Moors for opening up a way for the people to come in and know their birthright and know their nationality.
Right.
That's the thing I don't like, you know. And they want to talk smack about certain Europeans, right? That's putting out Detroit information.
Yeah.
Why you getting mad about that?
Right.
Why are you mad? Why? Because they don't want this movement taking off to its full capacity. They want to keep us stagnant. They want to keep us separated. They like it when we go back and forth at each other. They love it.
Now we'll put this out again because there's always a renaissance to something when it comes to Moors, right? But we want to put this out. We want to put this out for the sake of the unity conversation. Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 2007. 1427, revisited 2019, 1439. We, the undersigned Moors, find it necessary to enact a peace and treaty friendship among ourselves in order to foster unity among ourselves. Since 1929, there has been a proliferation of many Moorish individuals, groups, organizations, etc. Although we may not agree on every topic and issue after the Prophet, we all agree that we must practice our 5 principles among ourselves, as handed to us by our ancestors and given to us by our Prophet Noble Drew Ali, namely love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. How can we promote and teach these principles to the world if we do not practice it among ourselves? If our ancestors were able to enter into treaties of peace and friendship with Europeans, due to the Great Schism, we need to reestablish the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 2007 among ourselves, the Moors. The treaty is very simple, so that it can be agreeable to all Moors, Moorish Americans. If we are to practice the 5 principles among ourselves, then we should be able to agree to the following. We agree to practice love among ourselves. We agree to practice truth among ourselves. We agree to practice peace among ourselves. We agree to practice freedom among ourselves. We agree to practice justice among ourselves. We agree not to kill or harm one another in any way. We agree not to slander one another in any way. We agree not to backbite one another in any way. We agree to work in unity and cooperation with one another in any way. We agree to build institutions that will foster and promote knowledge of self with one another. We agree to be industrious in building a social and economic base for our nation. We agree that united we stand, divided we fall. We agree to give supreme honors to our illustrious Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This treaty put in effect on the new moon, March 21st, 2019, 1439 Moorish calendar year, and shall be perpetual. Right? So, the fact that you're where you're at and I'm where I'm at, and we're here, and then we could go in the chat and we could throw some names out there, and then all these people are going to tell you where they're at, and it's not where you're at or where I'm at. And then we're here to discuss some Moors in some other territory. We have all that stuff already.
Right.
We have the unity. We don't need every Moor, because we know some of these Moors are dirty.
Yeah.
And you don't want them. You don't want them in your stuff that you're doing that's pure and righteous and dealing with the 5 principles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you know what? More? That's why we have to screen That's what I was telling my other Moor down here too. We have to screen all these Moors that's coming in. Like, we got to know exactly where their heart is at, and basically where their mindset is at.
Yeah, but this this is what is implemented with our temple structure.
Right.
Because we realize that majority of people who are coming in, it's because they have some issue. And their issue is not stemming from the issue. Their issue stemming from some dirty Moor tried to tell them $1,500 for a package.
Right. And not just sell them a package, but really give them something that's going to hurt them in the long run.
That's gonna do them no good, now or in the long run.
Right.
So we take that position of we vet people. People don't like it, but we tell them, yo, blame dirty Moors. It's not us.
Right.
Because dirty Moors used to be in our ranks, in our adept chamber or whatever. They're telling people $5,000 a package right now.
Right. Which is crazy. And you know what I mean? Anybody that has, because I had talked to a Moabitess, right? And she was like, she donates to the Moors all the time, but she said that what really hurt her was that she gave money to the Moors that sold her a package, and it wasn't true and correct like that. And I told her, I told the Moabitess, I said, look, you need the proper direction, and you need to study for yourself. You can't just sit there and allow somebody to do paperwork for you and you don't know anything about it.
Right.
You know? So and how I explained it to her, right? And I told her, I said, all you have to do is give yourself time to digest the information. And if you can't really pick up on that information, keep going over it over and over and over. Meditate on it. You know what I mean? To give because all of this more is a spiritual thing. This is led by Allah. It's not led by me. It's not led by you. It's not led by Todd Tariq Bey. It's not led by Asir the Duke of Tears. It's led by Allah. So, in that aspect, our prophet came to us because he came to us because we needed him the most. Not because not anything else, but we needed him the most. Our prophet is a universal prophet. Okay? And when he was walking around, none of these Moors didn't want to even recognize him then. Just like the same Moors that was against the prophet in his day and era, it's the same Moors that are against the Bejor Moors now in this day and era. Just like they say, it's nothing new up underneath the sun. Just like that saying. So I'm gonna read y'all this right here.
Islam, man. Sorry, Moor. Apologies, Moor. 1 second before. Happy Holy Day to all the Moors. I don't think I said that in the start. So just make sure I put that out there for all the Moors. Happy Holy Day, and give thanks to all the Moors who sent their Holy Day energy today. Definitely received, because it's on. Islam. Go ahead, Moor.
Wow. But yeah, I want to read this right here. It says it's called the Republic for the United States of America, Executive Summary for the Republic. It says, the people of the United States in Union do not now, nor have we ever supported any intent of overthrowing the United States Municipal Corporation acting as government. We are not sovereign citizens as defined by the Homeland Security. We are peaceful, nonviolent, and advocate peaceful, nonviolent methods to restore and maintain a lawful constitutional Republican form of governance. We would never advocate or take part in the kidnapping of or violence against any public official, nor do we affiliate with any hate groups, nor would we participate in any terrorist attack against the U.S. corporate government or any public or private official. We love our fellow man. America is people and the republic for which our flag stands. We observe the greatest commandment, namely that we love God and love our fellow man. We believe that the rule of law should be applied justly and equally to all, both small and great, without regard to race, gender, color, financial status, handicap, or religious affiliation. In short, we believe in treating our fellow man as we would like to be treated. We show tolerance and respect toward corporate law enforcement officers, even when those officers, through lack of knowledge, may violate or infringe upon our unalienable guaranteed liberties. Okay? Let me see. Guaranteed liberties. And we believe in conducting our commerce and the business of republic government in the open, not in secret meetings. We hold that the people intend to research actual law as well as applicable cases law. We intend on attending as many seminars, meetings, and lectures as possible given by the law professors, lawyers, and the like in order to learn the proper interpretation of law. We are willing to assist any local, state, or national leaders such as governors, congressmen, senators, or representatives in coming to a clear understanding of their constitutional duties and obligations to the American. Now, who's the American people? The Moors. Not no European. So when they slander you're a Moor that knows law, they are slandering the nation. That's how I look at it, Moor.
Islam. No, you had directed me to a video today. So before we move forward, we want to give honors to the Moors near the Rhode Island territory who started out as two people in a library.
That's right. Honors.
Two people in a library. Not even a library, in a library back room.
Islam.
Two people room.
That's what they say. The will is the way, Moor.
Right? Two people room.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's not a thing of they were some group, whatever like that. They were just some Moors and they went to the library, studied, and they were just recording their study sessions.
Right.
You know? And now you're telling me about FBI kicking in the door and all that type of stuff. You telling me this is not real?
Sure. And this stuff is really real because I know they put me in the same situation more in front of my mother.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So I know it's real. They attack anybody that is doing something for the people, that's showing the people how to really move in law.
Which is why the people have to take a position of knowing the ones that move in law. Because that's the only way out. That's why they attack the ones that move in law so much.
Right.
They don't attack the ones that are religious, that's going to go down to City Hall and go get proclamations and stuff like that. They don't attack those ones.
No, they're not going to attack them.
Because those Moors aren't a threat to us having our own.
Right.
Right?
Right.
We have to be in a position where we have our own. And we had our own, which is why you see being active is so important. And it doesn't mean just getting off of tickets.
Right.
It means doing just like what Jamal's did near Rhode Island and build an institution for people to come to learn about their birthrights.
That's right.
Whatever they learn there and practice there and do there, I don't got no say in that. Just like they can't come to Canaanland and tell us what to do. Or come see us do something and say, oh, you Moors or whatever, because you do that. You guys have a studio. Why would you have a studio? Moors don't have studios or whatever. I get the hell out of here.
Right.
You know what I mean? They are the only, prior to them, I didn't hear about anybody in that territory talking about their Moors or anything like that. So
prior to him doing what he's doing there in that territory. You see?
Now, they might have been conscious people there doing whatever, but as far as Moors, and it getting to the point of FBI is kicking the door in.
No, they wasn't doing none of that more. They wasn't doing none of that until Jamal organized things and really he organized things that to a point that for people to understand his position. Jamal is just showing people the capacities of what is lawful and what is not lawful. And he is very keen about what he is doing. Now, as far as, them kicking in his door and violating his rights, you know what I mean, that is on the public. The public did that because they want to slander him and try to make him affiliate of the conflict. Because when I seen the video, right, the first thing the European lady said was that Jamal was an affiliate of the conflict.
Oh, don't worry. Hold on. We could play her because this is our brother that they made their video about. So we need to address this, right?
Yeah.
These are our family members that they did stuff about. So we need to play this and be analytical with this, because like you said, if we're looking at this from the unity perspective and we read the treaty and we agree to everything, and I already know that if Jamal's read the treaty, he'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm down with that. And everybody who's over there, they'll be down with it because you're already doing that. So there's nothing to debate. We're already unified. On the strength of that unification, right? We're saying, because the Moor sent it to me earlier, and I watched some seconds of it, and I was like, no, we'll just go live and watch this and be analytical with it real time.
That's right, Moor.
Because it's a campaign, and it's not something that's new or whatever like that. They've been infiltrated and been trying to destabilize this for 100 years.
Right.
They've been trying to destabilize this for 100 years. And again, once you're not playing the religious, pray the noble Juali and sing hymns or whatever, once you're not on that, know that they're monitoring, because they're trying to find every opportunity for you to slip up in some type of little way so they can try to use that against you and make you seem like being a Moor is some terrorist or some sovereign citizen or some whatever, when that has nothing to do with us
at all.
And again, remember, they kicked in. This is again why when you look at the pattern, right, kicked in other people's door with the consulate, and then, like you're saying, trying to bring the consulate in it as if he didn't dissolve himself from that,
right,
and go public and say that he has nothing to do with that anymore. So why is that being brought up? Because this is a campaign.
Right, because that's the trick. That's when the slender comes in. So they have to put their foot in the crack of the door so they can slither in with the bull crap. You see? Because anybody that's analyzing what this European lady said, okay, they'll know off the rip that she's slandering the Moor. They will know.
Yeah.
Now, for the people who's not cognizant and who's not conscious to the fact, they'll run with that. You see, they'll take it. It's just like some porridge, or you know what I mean, something that they can just scoop up and they gonna tear it up. Okay, so that's why we have to make this known. This is why this has to be put forth to let people know that they are slandering the Moor.
Yep, this is a campaign. And again, people are looking at it because, you know, people are looking at it like they were doing something wrong. That's why this happened. No, that's not, you have the wrong perspective if you're looking at it like that. Just like we were talking about the other night. If you're watching the you know, Minority Report or whatever, and then you're thinking that the star, you think James Bond is the good guy, you have it messed up.
Right, because he's not the good guy. You already know. You already know, more, but
right.
You know, it's just the explaining and, you know, trying to wake the people up to a certain degree, because, you know, everybody has knowledge to a certain degree, and not everybody's on the same wavelength, you know, frequency, you know, because they're not taking initiative for themselves to know certain things for themselves. That's just like anything that Taj talk about, anything that you talk about, anything that Moor talk about. I go research for myself so I can get my own perspective, my own thoughts together, and know what's truthful or not.
Right.
Now, when you get people that come and just run off because what somebody tells them, and they don't do no research, you know what I mean? They look like the fool at the end of the day, because they're not doing their due diligence, okay? And they just run and they just go with the narrative. Now, I can tell you this, Moor. We as a people need to at least let our people know, okay, if you think something is not right, 9 times out of 10, you don't second guess that gut feeling. You know why? Because that's really the connection between you and Allah. You need to get more in tune with that. You know? And a lot of people, because I know I used to do it. Oh man, ain't nothing gonna happen. Something telling me in my spirit, don't go do this, but nah, ain't nothing gonna happen. I still go do it and end up getting messed up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So people gotta just come to realization and stop being so trusting to these people. They don't really care about you, Mo. They don't really care about us. For real? So when we get that in our brain and get that realization for real, I'm saying collectively, I'm not saying, you know, all Europeans are messed up, because I have some European friends.
Islam, sure.
Okay?
And they're straight.
Okay.
They're cool. Coolest Europeans ever.
You know, they're cool. Yeah. So it's like I said before, it's not the collective, like as far as who's running government. We need to know who's running this and who's doing that. We need to know who's the dirty ones making the shade deals behind closed lines, behind closed doors. Those are the ones that we need to be attacking.
Right.
Those are the ones we need to be holding accountable for the actions that they are perpetuating on our people.
Right.
And then once we see clear like that, like Todd say, I hope you more see it crystal clear. Of course. Because that's the only way we're going to be able to attack this situation, by coming in with a clear understanding.
Right. So we're gonna play this upload. We're gonna play this upload. Now we want you to recognize the upload was today.
Yeah,
How are they?
today. And
How are they on it like that?
They put it up.
How are they on it like
It
that?
was the only day they put it up. More?
How are they on it like that?
Look, More. I'm telling you, More. She told us. She said it on the phone. I mean, she said it on the video. I usually don't post.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is March 6th, 2020. And this video is being made on a day that I was actually not supposed to be making any videos. I will not be having my regular live stream today. This is actually breaking news, and that's the reason why I'm bringing this to you this morning.
Right? This is breaking news.
This is breaking news. You hear? This is breaking news. Oh, really? Is it? No, y'all broke this man's constitutional rights. That's why you're trying to put up a shield so this man won't have nothing on you. That's what it is.
How come they're not talking about? How come they're not talking about? They could have knocked the door.
Right. Right. Because they know they messed up, More.
How come they're not talking about? How about it not talk about a crackhead decoy? A crackhead decoy?
Wow.
A crackhead decoy.
Oh, the crackhead decoy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Right? Because they're using the crackhead decoy. That means that they were trying to rush in.
Mm-hmm. Because you know why they were trying to rush in? They were trying to see and probably rob them more.
Take out. What?
You know how they do. They come in there. They falsify a warrant. I want to know the judge that put the warrant out for the Moor. That's what I want to know. Who's the magistrate?
Somebody got to sign off on it.
That's what I'm saying, Moor. That's what I'm saying. Who conducted this? And then all of a sudden, we got a European woman putting out a video on the holy day explaining why did
this happened. Why this happened. Trying to get the upload up there. Trying to get the upload up there first.
Right.
While more is remember, and keep in mind too, this is how they when they get you in multiple, they try to get you in multiple situations to keep you busy.
Right.
So they could do
be fighting and using your resources and all your energy.
So they could use
the bull.
Right?
Yeah. That's exactly what it looked like more. And then on top of that, you know, they put up that, okay, we just gonna put this out here so Nah, y'all put it up there so y'all can save y'all butt. That's why they put it up. And then they added all type of slander on top of that too.
Right. Oh yeah, let's carry on with this thing. Josh, she didn't start yet.
Mm-hmm.
Overnight, a video went up by Rise of the Moors, where Jamal, who is the head of the Rise of the Moors, or at least claims to be, makes a video about him being arrested and them having to actually break down his door in order to get to him. Now, of course,
no. Realize something.
When did he make a video of them kicking in his door?
When?
That's what I'm waiting on, more. I want to know when he did that. I haven't seen the video. Have you seen this video, more?
Yeah, that was a video. That was the night of.
Oh, okay.
That was the night of video. So
okay.
they're working on making sure that this is up while they're in custody so that there's no, but again, because of the unity of Moors, not because he's the head of something. It has nothing to do with, nobody's the head of a nation. The nation is the head of the nation.
That's right. And we send representatives for our nation.
And Rise of the Moors put the call out, and they got a response from people in the nation.
Right. So they are threatened about Jamal.
And any other Moors. But specifically that territory, because again, you're talking about 13th colony jurisdiction. You're talking about colonization. You're talking about who's the real immigrant and all that. You have problems if Moors are around here waking people up about their nationality and birthrights.
Yeah, and then what they don't like is that Moors are telling people the truth that United States citizens are not Americans and that they are European. Now, think about it. And I'm gonna say this. Todd had said this. He said all of our representatives, right, that go overseas in these armies, we call this European white man, giving him our sovereignty. We are acquiescing, okay, to this European sovereign power by calling him white, by calling themselves black, okay, and then turn around and they go around here and kill everybody that looks like us in different parts of the world. Then come back and march and act a fool because they ain't got no peanut butter sandwich. You dummy. You are the ones that are perpetuating this bullcrap to ourselves. If you want any type of remedy, you need to know thyself. You need to come up out of that fraction. I'm not saying overnight. I'm not saying just drop everything you do. Study. Take your time. You don't even have to share no information. Keep it secret. Do you behind closed doors. But don't, because I'm saying it to all the people who's in jobs and don't want to lose their little cushy job or don't want to be looked at differently. Well, then just get the knowledge on your own, more. Just get the knowledge on your own.
But get the knowledge.
But just get the knowledge.
Get the knowledge.
You know, because from my experience, by me going to work and I'm giving knowledge, and I was telling everybody, so they came after me. Okay? They attacked me. But what I'm telling other Moors is you don't have to do what I'm doing, because you have teachers out here that's going to spread the word. But what I'm telling Moors now that consciously waking up is that keep everything on the DL, learn this knowledge, because it's true and exact. There's nothing fake about it. And these Europeans know that. And I'm going to say it again. There's nothing fake about it. These Europeans know that. They are the immigrants. Okay? They know this. That's why they are after the Moors that know. That's why they are after the Moors that's doing something about it. Okay? And all they're trying to do, just like I said, Moore, is take this Moore, just like you said, and come after him so he can stay distracted and not contributing to doing something more for this national divine movement. And I want to say that as far as us being more and cultivating our science, we were honored all over the world. I'm going to say that one more time. When Moors knew themselves and they were cultivators of the science, we were honored all over the world. So how can we not going to be honored anymore? What's going on? Why is so many barriers in front of the drug wars now? That's the question you ask yourself. And then I wanna read this too. Right here. It's the official proclamation of the real North American nationality, our status and jurisdiction as citizens of the United States of America. It says at the current time, the door to more mysteries is opening far and wide. The age of Pisces is at an end, and the Moors are coming to receive their inheritance. Drew Ali instigated this process when he returned to America and released a publication known as the Circle 7 Quran. While Drew Ali did not deliver the precise formula as was clearly delineated in synchronicity and the seventh seal, he represented the energy and was the energy of such. Drew Ali was very much a part of the mythos and reality that enabled me to write that book. What Drew Ali wrote was geared towards a format that would be accepted by his people at that particular time. It apparently worked quite well. When the Moor science reached its peak in 1929, it was on the heels of one of the greatest but most dangerous discoveries Drew Ali ever made. In 1928, Ali attended a Pan American conference in Havana, Cuba, where he enjoyed broad recognition from a host of other countries. They were, of course, recognizing the sovereign status as a Moorish national. Okay? So when these Moors talking about we're not sovereign and they part and parcel, I want to know where they getting this information from.
Yep. More likely.
Who's backing them? You see what I'm saying?
Now these are the same people, right? These are the same people who are gonna put forth their quote unquote affidavits of truth and notice of current living status that they are, you know, the living born woman and all this stuff like that. No, you're a foreigner.
That's right. And
How
that's
you
what you're doing. You a foreigner and you here because see, when Drew Ali went and got our flag back, when he went and established our sovereignty and he established our nation, okay, they was in threat of the prophet. Woodrow Wilson, okay, another devil, came to counter what the prophet did. So why these Moors try to act like they don't know what's going on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because, you know, when you look at it, even with his situation,
mm-hmm.
there's this like underlying hatred that they have for Moors who are waking up. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, like you say, Tyler said that Moors waking up in different degrees.
Yep.
So we're not even looking at the fault that the Moor might have done that made these people start looking at him funny.
Right.
Right? We're looking at these people kicked the door in when they could have knocked. They had a crackhead decoy.
Right.
Right? They kidnapped them. Set $20,000 bond, but take $2,000, then they could go home. What are you talking about?
Kidnapping.
And then and all he's charged with is a misdemeanor. Misdemeanor, kick the door in.
So how you paying $2,000 for a misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor.
Where the hell they do that at? I know people get out on $2,000 for assault and battery and kicking a nigga in the ass. You know what I mean? That's crazy. $2,000 for a misdemeanor.
And people are looking at Moor like we're crazy. Don't you see the conspiracy movie going on right now? You don't see the conspiracy movie going on right now. You don't see it going on right now?
Conspiracy theorist, right? They want to call me a conspiracy theorist, right, Moor? Well, then I'll wear that hat. I will wear that hat because I know
there's a conspiracy. I know. You can't tell me there's no conspiracy. Right?
You can't
we get it, right?
You can't. It's nothing in
right? Okay, you know what? Okay, let's put it like this. Let's put it like this, right? Because the trial hasn't happened yet, right? We don't want to put out fault for them to have something to say, oh, well, that's why we did it.
Right.
We want to stick on the point that these people violated. First of all, who's the judge guy that signed off on this?
Right.
Because you have to have a warrant if you're going to kick the door in. You're not just going to do that because, you know what I mean, you saw a light on inside and you ran in.
Right.
Right.
So you didn't even knock on the man's door.
No, they did. They did, but they used the crackhead decoy.
Yeah.
To knock the door. Because the door did get knocked.
Yeah.
Right, the door did get knocked.
It did get knocked. They knocked it down. They used one of those bulldozers.
Battering whatever.
The battering ram. Yeah. They used the battering ram because when I looked at the Moor door, I could see the whole door like shattered.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh really?
Yeah.
Oh really?
They beat that door.
And then when I looked at his charge, it was a misdemeanor. So you're trying to tell me you kicked in this man out
for a misdemeanor.
It wasn't a felony murder. It wasn't a felony none of that. This was a resisting arrest misdemeanor charge, and you kicked in his Moor door.
Oh yeah, misdemeanor, a non-indictable offense, right? A non-indictable offense is a misdemeanor. Just go look it up. Just go look it up.
And then you made him pay 2,000 Federal Reserve notes, okay, to get him out. That's just like you are holding me for ransom. Then you are forcing me to make bond for something for a misdemeanor that is only even the bond, the $2,000 bond. He's supposed to be only paying $50 or something to get out.
Yeah, but then remember the reason why it's the 2,000 because they're trying to bond him to the straw.
Yeah.
They're trying to bond him to the Latimer.
Exactly.
He's like, what are you talking about? That's not who they came and kidnapped. That's not whose door they kicked in. They didn't kick in no Latimer door.
Nope.
They know they didn't kick in. They know they didn't kick down Latimer's door. They know that. Right. But like we always say, they're always gonna go try to tie you to the straw. They're always gonna try to tie you to the straw.
That's exactly what they do. That's how they perpetrate their resources. That's how they get you into their warehouse. That's how they, you know what I mean? That's what they do. They use the scrawl, okay? They use your name, which is not your name, it's the war name, because everything that they put in not parentheses, but they hyphen, okay, and put in all caps, all right, you are property when they do that. Property. So you're making a warrant out and you are taking me to court on my squaw man alone. That's what are you doing? That's what you're doing. You're trying to indoctrinate and put me in with the Black Christian code. Okay, so you can go on here and ponder me, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're pondering me.
No, let's hear some more. Let's hear some more.
Okay.
His claim is that this is all set up in order to try to make the rise of the Moors look like some kind of a group that everyone needs to be concerned about, retaliating against the police department in one way or another. So they're attempting to try to make them look more dangerous than they really are. Now, these are the same group of individuals that I've reported on in the past that like to give weapons classes online.
Right? Now, don't be fooled with these people who are playing like they're some type of news reporter. A reporter is an agent.
Right.
The one who reports is the agent.
Yeah, she's the agent. And look what she said. She said this Moor, he's teaching everybody how to handle a gun. And what's wrong with that?
I see Europeans doing that all the time.
I see them all the time. I see it all on Facebook. I see them have their children shooting guns.
No, okay. None of these people say a word about a European having guns. She even goes on to say, I don't have a problem with the right to bear arms, but there's no but.
I got guns. She said I got guns.
Right.
But he's trying to, but he's shooting at police officers. Wait a minute. What makes you think that this Moor is going to shoot at police officers? The only way I can see myself shooting at a police officer is that police officer is coming and he's infringing upon my constitutional right. That's the only way. So what is he talking about? She's talking about, you are coming after this Moor because y'all are intimidated. Y'all think this Moor is going to shoot up y'all police station or something.
But and remember, remember, they're going to be nitpicking at the Moors who are talking against that. Remember when we were talking in the beginning about them using the Moors?
Yep.
So the Moors who, the birthright theft that they got came from the Moors who were on the dirty side because they gave up their birthright.
That's right. They are Jacob who gave up their birthright to Esau.
And they gave it up.
And they still working. They working in the fold to keep it up.
Right. Because the whole perspective for them is to keep this religious. Keep this going to the city, get a proclamation because you are part and partial, and you're a ward.
A ward of the state.
You're a ward.
You get privileges like everybody else, and you still a ward of the state.
Right.
Because you signed away your sovereignty by you giving away you signed away your sovereignty by you doing the European bidding against your own people.
Right.
Fact.
Right.
Fact.
Facts. Yep.
But I'm the Grand Seeker Temple. I'm the Grand Seeker Temple whatsoever. Come on, man. Come on. Us more supposed to be putting them on notice and doing what we're supposed to do.
And there's not supposed to be any type of violent interactions with Moors.
Right.
Our first principle is love. If our first principle is love, you know who the Moors are. You know who Noble Drew Ali is and all that. You know that the Moors are whatever you're claiming that the Moors are, so you know who the Moors are. Why would you think that we're not going to be on the principles? Like what gives you the perspective? Like where do you get this perspective that Moors who are active are on some type of coup, take over the government, run in the White House or whatever like that? What are you talking about?
Right.
Like that's not what if Moors say that they have arms, that's not what that's for.
It's not.
Like that's not what that's for. There's no way that that some Europeans have that, and they're on some watch list or whatever, that they're violent, whatever like that. You're not kicking in their doors or whatever to talk about them with their guns.
They're not. They're not kicking in their doors at all.
So why is it that they have to nitpick with the Moors? Because that is the awakening point. Getting to that point where you are exercising your constitutional right, you're not violating anybody else's right. You're not, you know what I mean? You know, telling anybody that they can't.
You're not infringing on nobody else's liberty.
You're very welcoming. You know what I mean? You're very welcoming. If I see a Moor, and an elder 4 or 5 times the Moor's age sits down to have a conversation with the Moor and left with an enlightened perspective.
Right.
There's no way something's wrong with that Moor right there. I don't care what they do in their spare time. That's none of my business. All I know is that elder left with something.
Right.
That he never had all these years that he's been on this earth plane. He never had that perspective.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, we know that these people are going to try to use fault. So we're not saying any fault on the Moor.
Right.
That's what we have dirties for. These are Moors who been, like I said, they came from a room in a library. They have a building now.
A building.
Where Moors convene there and study and learn and teach others, and you know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You think Noble Drew Ali's mad at that or whatever?
Nope.
You think Noble Drew Ali sitting back looking at that like, instead of these other Moors who are getting these proclamations and all this stuff?
Right.
Going and doing articles and have these people call Moor Science Temple of America a church, and they don't dispute that. They got articles.
You know why?
They got articles right now.
They down with it, Moor. They down with it. They down with the folly. You know? So as long as they down with the folly, that's just like the European. He sits back and laughs. We're not in his face going back and forth debating with him. We only debating with our own. So he sits back and laughs at the end of the day, because we still haven't made it across that threshold to say, okay, we know who the dirty Moors are. All right, we're finna script them.
We're still confused about who those people are.
Yeah, we're still confused about who's who. You know, but what I'm telling you, Moor, once we once we really put our foot on some real good footing, that we can be like, okay, now I can do a flip on this.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, that's when the dirty morals is gonna be set and put in place. That's why the prophet said what he said. He said, new more is gonna come into this already knowing.
Yeah.
So when they do get back and rejuvenate, they going into these temples. Okay? And they're gonna send them home or to the back. So that's why I say to myself all the time, more like, you know, I'm not gonna go back and forth with some of these Moors like that unless I really think they dishonor my prophet, or if I really think they really just trying to do some real slick, grimy stuff. You see what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, these Moors, they know exactly what the hell they be doing. They know. The ones that call themselves, you know, I'm with the Moor Science Temple, et cetera, you know what I mean? And the prophet didn't bring this, et cetera. Or you can't be a Moor unless you join the Moor Science Temple, et cetera. You know? That the prophet told us we are all Asiatic.
Yep.
We got one father and one mother that gave us up. One father that gave us. I forgot the rest of it more because, you know, I'm not reading it right now. But one father and one mother that gave us up. That's what Moors come from. So if we're sitting up here, we're not really evaluating everything that's coming forward to us. We need to just pick it apart, just like you told me today. We need to pick everything apart that's not, how can I say,
in harmony. It's not in harmony with where we're at.
Yeah, that's not lining up. You see what I'm saying? Where we at in this movement.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because we're all Moors are at a place where we know that, you know, regardless of what, no fault. But if they have arms, it's not to do craziness with it.
No, it's
like
to
that's
protect,
not. It's not.
It's to protect
no.
your goods and your family, and to keep people away. It's not to go out here to harm nobody.
Yeah.
It's not to go out here to rob nobody. It's not over here to go slap somebody across the head with it. No. It's for your protection. That's it. Period. And just like I try to tell people, all right, y'all want to sit up here and these were other Moors sharing this, right? Sharing it. Other Moors sharing it, talking about, he shouldn't be out there with the sun and with the SPLC. Now, see, this is what I see folly Moors do. They use SPLC, which we already did a rendition on them, knowing they are slanderous, knowing that they are de facto, corporation was made by the Europeans to try to counter everything that Moors do. That's what the SPLC is for. But you got Moors that's using them to slander other Moors on their platform. And I look at them like they're crazy. I go to their platform like, Moor, are you serious? Are you serious, Moor? Because honestly, I know you're not studying for you to put something out like that. You a follower, ain't you, Moor? Just go tell me the truth. You a follower, ain't you? Because if you was a real Detroit Moor that steady, you wouldn't even dare slander your own brother.
Yo, straight up. Straight up.
They need to go read the Bible. false witness. I'll say it again. Do not bear false witness.
And then also remember that the colonist side is being vampiric with that energy.
Oh yeah.
Of them hating on their own brother.
They love it. They are tricking themselves in it.
And then they're salivating while they attack active Moors.
Right.
Wherever
Because
they're
like
at.
they said, this is spiritual warfare.
Yeah.
This is nothing. See, people don't understand. People don't understand about warfare. It's degrees in warfare. It's degrees in warfare. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay? It's degrees before you even get physical. It's degrees in warfare. And they're not getting it, Moor. They're not getting it. They're not getting it.
I heard about 4 or 5 times this week. A hard head makes a soft ass.
Yes, it does, Moor. And not just that, like they're not taking this information and making it there.
Yeah.
They're not doing that. They playing with it. You know how like you're a little child and your mother says eat your peas and you just all in the bowl and the peas is good and the fish is for you. But you just Then your mother suck the hell out you until you eat the peas. We are stiff-necked Moors. We're not going to learn unless we have a knife to our throat. Get in there and learn.
Yeah.
See, we gotta stop thinking that we got people working for us. We need to be to a point where we need to start working for ourselves. That's what us Moors need to concentrate on. Forget that. Okay, you can't even come into here because I know where your mindset is at. Nah, no. You're not gonna come in here with a folly. You're not gonna come in here and dismantle what real Moors been building. You're not gonna do that. And that's what we have to draw the line at, Moor. That's what we have to draw the line at. Let me see something. Let me look at something. Okay, strategic offense. In considering the complete art of war, it is greatly preferable to capture a state whole rather than break it up. I'm going to read that one more time, Moor. In considering the complete art of war, it is greatly preferable to capture a state whole rather than break it up. It is better to capture an army whole rather than break it up. It is better to capture a regiment whole rather than break it up. It is better to capture a battalion whole rather than break it up. Better to capture a company whole rather than break it up. Using the principle, you can understand that winning 100 victories out of 100 battles is not the ultimate achievement. The ultimate achievement is to defeat the enemy without even coming to battle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So if you take over all the Moorish temples, you take them all out. You don't have no war. You take over the whole company, you don't have nobody selling nothing else on that side. You got it sold up. Without even getting into the battlefield. See, that's what us Moors gotta understand. No, we need to understand that.
You play some more of this thing.
Online, we've seen him actually attempting to show people how to shoot and fire at officers in ways that, due to the fact that he was in the military,
Like, that's a lie right there.
officers.
That one was crazy.
Yeah, that's a lie like hell.
That was crazy. She slipped that in like.
Weapons classes.
She slipped that in.
These are the same group of individuals that I've reported on in the past.
Wow.
That like to give.
That is
These
crazy.
are the same group of individuals that I've reported
That's
on in
why
the past.
I almost
like
flipped my wig on when I heard this.
We've seen him actually attempting to show people how to shoot and fire at officers.
What?
To give weapons classes online. We've seen him actually attempting to show.
Now again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee 100%. Guarantee 100%. I've seen Europeans practicing to shoot.
Yep.
Like, I've seen that. I've seen Europeans at the range. I've seen Europeans in the woods. I've seen Europeans shooting. No issues. Right?
But you heard what she said? She said he was showing them, Jamal was trying to
how to shoot at police.
Shoot the police
yeah,
officer.
yeah.
She said the police officer.
Yeah.
And if I don't know what the fuck slander is, that's fucking, excuse my French, Moor, but that's slander.
Yeah. On all Moors.
On all Moors. And she just said about him, he's talking about me too. He's talking about you too.
This is why it's about unity.
That's right, Moor.
Put the dumb shit aside.
Right.
Just like with this Moor, there's unity. And anybody who makes a claim like, you know, oh, I have a problem, Moors unite around me, and then we unite around you, and it ends up being some BS, you get to beat your ass.
Right.
Right?
Of course. Just like he knew,
that's
just
the
like
punishment.
Jamal knew that Mac stuff, he joined it because he thought he could help it. He didn't know exactly what type of organization, what type of merit this organization was going to bring. He didn't know that.
Bro,
but once he found out,
we all got recruited at the same time for that.
Right.
And certain people told certain people, "Hey, where you going?" Nah, they want to go. They want to go try it out and say, "All right, do your thing, yo." You know what I mean? You'll be back over here, guaranteed. You'll be back over here, guaranteed.
Yep. And then where's that guy, Charlemagne Moore? Where he at? Where's he at?
What? Hey, right after he jumped, right after he disappeared, right after he disappeared, everybody's getting their door kicked in. That used to be part of that.
Right.
You think these people didn't sell you out? They sold you out.
Sold you all the way out. That's why I brought him up. That's why I brought him up, Moore. That's why I brought him up. He did all this talking. You know, asked started to come in and all that. But then when everything started to pick up, he was telling people, don't go to RB Bay. Just come directly to them.
Yo, he just disappeared just like that? He just disappeared?
Like that, disappeared.
Nobody's not asking any questions. Everybody's posting videos for forever on that. And then all of a sudden now, there's nobody's not questioning anything. Everybody's just cool. Everybody's just cool that the agent came in, infiltrated, left, and nobody's not saying anything.
Ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody. And then look, they messed the sister Tracy Gale Bay up, right? we don't even know the real deal with her.
Oh no, the real deal is she was down with everything.
With everything, yeah. So
She wasn't a mistaken identity or whatever like that, or she got caught up in something. All of them were part of the same campaign against active Moors.
Right.
Because that was created to take off of active Moors that were already active for the past 10 years.
Right.
That was something that was created to jack the energy. We know it was used for that.
Jack the energy, but to stagnate the movement.
Right.
To stagnate it, because they know that more are coming in with their eyes open. They coming in.
The era of time.
Being active.
It's the era of time. You know.
Right.
We thought when we came in, there was the eyes wide open. But no, there's more enlightened Moors getting in. The more we.
That's coming in.
Yeah.
That's coming in. That's coming in. That's why I was like, you know, the prophet knew what he was talking about.
Prophet is the man.
He's the man. He's the Moorish American national.
Yep.
He's the man. That's what I'm talking about, Moor.
I hear you,
For
man.
real.
I hear you, more.
That's right. So, you know, that's why it just really sick in my stomach today, Moor. On a holy day, you know what I mean? This slanderment, you know?
Yeah. But you know, again, you know, it's a two-sided coin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right about that.
It's a two-sided coin, but you know, we're not gonna look at fault. We're not gonna do fault on the brother today. It's holy day.
Okay. That's
you know
right.
what I mean? We're riding with the Moor. Because we know that they do good work in the community. They started off as 2 people in a damn room.
Yeah.
And this is where they're at now.
I see that.
You know what I mean? And they're part of something bigger than them. They're nobody.
Right.
Compared to the empire,
right.
They're nothing. It's like everybody else is nothing. It's all about the empire.
Right.
It's all about the nation.
Empire. Well, they say
doesn't
that
matter about
the
your
empire
group,
strikes back.
Right? Doesn't matter about your group or your organization or your tribe or whatever. It's all about the empire. Just rep for the empire.
Yep.
Well,
the empire strikes back. They put it in the movie.
You hating on.
You heard me, Moor? They put it in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real. And yo, play some more of that, Moor. I want the people to listen to the rest of it.
All right.
Yeah.
People how to shoot and fire at officers in ways that, due to the fact that he was in the military previously, in ways that would cause maximum damage, for example, where to shoot on the body, this type of thing. So this is a group of individuals that are definitely looking to...
Like police do that. Police have the target and then they have different dots on different parts of their bodies where they're aiming at.
Right.
What's the problem?
What they shooting for? For?
How come you're not talking about the police are practicing to shoot people in the for the most dramatic impact and all that type of stuff with police? So they're doing that same stuff. They're not shooting something different than other people who shoot. There's a target.
Right.
Most of the time, it's the shape of a human being. And then there's circles.
With a target on it. With a target on it, Moor. Let's keep it real, Moor. With a target on it. You know? But see, this is the thing I want to speak on too. Now, us Moors, we are for uplifting of fallen humanity. But we're not no fools. First of all. We're not that. Okay, so just like any other provision or any other province or any other European that's out here shooting their guns, okay, going out and hunting deer, okay, or whatever the situation is. All right. Ain't nobody coming. I don't see no policy enforcers kicking in their damn door. I don't. So that's why I'm looking at the whole situation. You only doing this because this Moor here is woke and he's bringing it and he's doing things in the community that the people are they recognizing. So they got to come and shut down the Moor, and they got to discredit the Moor so he won't have a bigger gaining.
And then make it some type of gun wielding thing, so they can tie it to what they did with the consular court, right? And try to put it together in a nice little package and make it be something bigger than it is.
Yep.
But no.
You heard what she said. He was a counselor affiliate or whatever she said out her mouth. You know, what that got to do with him? He's not in that anymore.
Exactly.
You know, what that have to do with at this current time? Nothing. It don't have to do with nothing. That she just threw that out there so they can have some type of warrant or some type of authority to, you know, advocate what they
claim
did.
Jurisdiction. Yep.
Yeah, to advocate what they did because they know by law they are faulty. They know by law they are quasi. They know this. They know this. Oh yeah, Moor. I don't want to get off topic, but
it's not Moor.
I watched this show called Making a Murder. You ever seen that on Netflix?
No. Making a Murder.
Listen here, Moor. He's a European. Listen, I'm just gonna give you a little bit. I don't want to give you all of it, but I just want to give you a little bit. He's a European. You know what I mean? He's not one of those prestigious Europeans. No. He's like one of those hillbilly type Europeans, right? But he is incarcerated for something he didn't even do. Okay? They locked this man up for 18 years. They found out that he wasn't the one who did it. They sent DNA and exonerated him, right? So when he got out, he was going after the people who put him in prison falsely, right? So once he put how many other $1 million suit on the whole department, the whole sheriff department, right? Here comes some more allegations against the amalgamated Moor. Some more allegations. That this time it was murder, and you got to watch that more because when I say corruption at its finest, I'm telling you, corruption at its finest. Guess why they had to put him away again? Because what he was doing, it was going to revoke their bond. And you know, once the insurance to their bonds is revoked, they have to shut down their whole precinct. They will not be able to function. And he was a threat to that. Check that out, boy. Hey, yo, it's long. I'm telling you it's long, but it's like I cried, yo. Like I really felt that man. You know? Because for you to be in that situation, to be taken away from your home, the only people is dependent that's coming down to see you is your mother and your father, you know, and they get old. You see, people, I don't care what you are. You're European, you're Moorish, nobody should go through that. people need to wake up. They really do.
And again, you know, this is not some point at everything that a Moor did wrong. This is point at everything that the foreigner did wrong.
That's right.
And all their affiliates who are trying to make it seem like it's something that it's not.
And you can see right on the paperwork, Moor, it's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, oh yeah, let's play some more of this thing.
Yeah.
Amp things up is what I would consider it to be. Now, I know that there are a lot of people that feel for one reason or another that my issue with this has to do with the weapons itself. It doesn't. As a matter of fact, I am someone that has guns themselves. I believe strongly in the Second Amendment. However, we are not talking about a well-run group here that is all carrying
Stop right there,
in
Moor.
order
Stop right
to
there.
ensure that everyone is.
Stop right there.
Go ahead, Moor.
Now she said that, you know, this group don't look like a well-run group. What do she mean by that?
Yeah. What
do you
group?
mean by that?
Because I know those are Moors, and Moors are part of a nation. I don't know what type of group she's talking about.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out what she's talking about.
Yeah.
That's what a sorry. What the fuck? Excuse my language. What are you talking about, lady? What are you talking about? Because obviously it's clear to me that you're slandering him more, and he's not a part of no damn group. He's part of a nation. So, you know what I mean? That's why I'm telling you to stop right there, because that right there is you trying to change the narrative again.
Yeah. Controlling the narrative.
Controlling the narrative. You everybody know about the propaganda that these people put out on their news station. We know it. We know it. So, like I said before, you know what I mean? She's trying to spin the narrative again, and she gonna say this group it's not run by what are you talking about, lady? It's not a group, it's a nation. We are part of a nation.
Yeah. No.
You a group.
Straight.
You see what I'm saying, Moor? You and your affiliates are a damn group.
Yeah. Let's
Because y'all immigrants. Y'all don't even have where your passport at? Where your delegation of authority at? Where?
It's like no Jolly said, if I wake you up all at once.
You'll go back to sleep. You see what I'm saying?
Let's play a couple words of business of this.
I'm just saying, Moor, like,
about a group
I'm just saying.
definitely has issues with regards to believing things that aren't true, such as a lot of the paperwork that comes out of the consulate. At one point, as a matter of fact, Jamal was a part of the consulate. He isn't currently a part of the consulate.
Stop right there.
Yeah.
Stop right there. Now you heard what she said, right? Jamal being a part of the consulate. Man, Jamal's not a part of the consulate.
No, she had said it. She had said it after that he's no longer a part of it.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure, because I could have sworn.
Yeah,
I could have sworn she said he
Oh
was
no,
a part
yeah,
of the
she said that. Yeah, she said that, but then she said after that he didn't have anything. He doesn't have anything to do with it.
In fact, Jamal was a part of those issues with regards to believing things that aren't true, such as a lot of the paperwork that comes out of the consulate. At one point, as a matter of fact, Jamal was a part of the consulate. He isn't currently a part of the consulate, but he has his own group in which appear to be individuals that don't have an issue in any way, shape, or form with starting confrontation.
Right? Don't have an issue with starting confrontation? What do you mean by that? Because all I see them do is food programs, which, if you're feeding the hungry, they're confronting people all the time, man. It didn't seem like there's any issues or anything like that. So what's the problem?
But she's saying, what she's saying is that these Moors need to be docile. What she's saying is that these Moors don't need to have no guns. What she's saying is these they need to be stepping and fetching Moors. That's what she's saying, Moor. Exactly. She don't want this caliber of thinking going down.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what it is. They don't want this out in the open. They don't want Jamal demonstrating the way he's demonstrating.
Right.
Because see, once he demonstrates that way, that means that they losing their power. They losing their grip. They losing their footing. Okay? That's why they're attacking this man. Anything else will be uncivilized. They want you to go get you a permit, a pistol permit, so you can be up under their jurisdiction. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they want you to do. What's his name? Castile? What's the brother name that got killed by the Protestant forces? Castile, I think it was.
Castile, Fernando Castile, yeah.
Castile. They killed him. He had a permit for his arm by the jurisdictional state that the Protestant forces knew about it. They shot him dead because he had it. That's what puts you up under their jurisdiction when you go get their license to carry. All that is just putting you in their jurisdiction. So when it's time for them to come do something to you, they can lock you up. Period. Because that shows you right there that this man didn't do anything. He had a permit, which they say was supposed to be lawfully, okay, and they still murdered him in front of his fiance. Murdered him. But these boys want to run around here and talk this damn smack. These damn naysayers. You are treasonous to this movement. You're treasonous to yourself. You're treasonous to everything that look like you. And they don't get it, Moor. They don't get it.
They will. Play some more of this.
As a matter of fact, they appear to strive to. This is what it looks like from the outside, regardless of what you may say on your information that you put out there. It very much appears that you are looking for a confrontation the majority of the time. Rise of the Moors is a group that we watch on a regular basis because they are a group that tends to draw in new people that may not.
No. Why are you watching them on a regular basis?
Right.
Like, why are you so interested in what Rise of the Moors is doing?
Because she's trying to slander them. She's trying to get the public voice or get some type of likes or something. But you know, when I looked at the video, it was 800 views on there, more, but no likes and no dislikes. People were just looking at it. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They trying to put stuff out to make and slander to get people approval before they do it. See, that's how they do things. That's what they do. That's their whole that they hold, they play the propaganda. They play it for about a week or two, get everybody propaganda out. Then after they get everybody propaganda out, they go ahead and do what they want to do because they got the public acquiescing to it. You see? And that's how they move. They gotta get people behind them to justify what they do.
All right, let's go again.
Understand that a lot of the things that they actually believe are similar to those things that get people in trouble with regards to the consulate and liens and that sort of things that are filed. So we keep an eye on them.
Now hold up.
Yeah.
Stop it right there, Moore.
Yeah.
Stop it right there. Now you heard what you said about the lien.
Mm-hmm.
What that got to do with anything? What lien got to do with anything? You know what it is, though, Moore? You know what it is? These Europeans are scared that Moors will come and start leaning them out of their property, leaning them out of the places that they've been colonized and took over because this land is not theirs, and they know this. See, subconsciously they know this. Okay, so when Moors wake up and start figuring out, okay, these Europeans, they're not American. Okay, these Europeans, they immigrants. Oh, okay, these Europeans, you know what I mean? They don't even they de facto their treaty by making this into a democracy. By turning the republic into a democracy. They forfeited. See? And they know this. So for them to keep things in a perspective of they are government and that they are lawful, they have to go after these Moors that know the trick, that know that they're not lawful, that know they quasi, that know that they are immigrants. But see, as long as they got the tie behind them, as long as they got the shut Moors that's in these temples, pushing and helping them, they can still do the things they do to us. That's why. Now, as far as these other Moors, what my perspective is that is going to run out too. What they doing is going to run out. It's going to run out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's getting exposed. Everybody knows now that they see the folly now. The folly is coming out. Like, you're not gonna be able to, put everything closed door. You're not gonna be able to cover everything. You're not. And they coming to the realization of that, more.
Yep.
They coming to the realization of that.
Well, you got about 5 minutes of this, so we'll listen to some more and see what else she pulls.
To show you here was in the video, and the video will be listed as a source in the description. You'll see where he shows that they used a battering ram in order to actually get into the property. He tells the story from his point of view in terms of what happened. This was yesterday, the 5th of March, when all of this occurred. There's another video that's up that I will also link in the description of his girlfriend, or whomsoever she is to him, asking for money in order to assist with getting people out of jail. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that case now.
No. What's the problem?
Yeah, what's the problem with that?
What's the problem that some Moors know that there's Moors all over the world? They got in a situation, which was a real situation. A request was made for a certain amount. They put the call out, and then they got the amount.
Right. So what's the problem? What's the conundrum? It's what they, you know what it was? They wanted to kidnap them all. They thought that was going to be enough. That would be sufficient enough to hold him. You see?
Yep. They tried to kidnap all those Moors.
Right.
Get them out of circulation, which is why, again, we go back to the theme of study, study, study. Don't let them cut the head off, and then the head, and then the body doesn't grow another head.
Of course. That's why we gotta have
the body better grow another head. Everybody better be Grand Sheik tomorrow. Be Grand Governor tomorrow. Don't claim the title. Don't claim the title. Just get the knowledge.
Just know.
Just get the knowledge.
Yep.
No, be a supreme Grand Sheik tomorrow, but in knowledge.
Right. Now,
Strive for that.
Read this right quick.
Yeah, Moore, go ahead.
Read this right quick, Moore. It says, confusion brings attention. There is nothing new under the sun. All matters regarding the liberties of the people have already been scribed. All rules of engagement are already scribed. All we need to do is enforce it. That is what the prophet brought, and that is what he said. Any new laws made within the temple was for the members thereof, for the purpose of guiding and preparing members to ultimately take their place amongst the affairs of man when they go out into the world and link themselves back to the family of nations. We need to try that on for a few generations at least, which is what getting it into the youth is about. Council courts are not a government. On our recent broadcast regarding council courts, we gave the definition and purpose of council court directly from the congressional records and explained the repeal in 1956 and why. We remained neutral to the subject and did not give any specific components or concepts to the now various reasonings of council court. Some issue map numbers, some tell you to lean the social security number and birth certificate, which is fraudulent. Okay? Which is a glaring show of incompetence and a redirect away from national principles, birthright issues, inclusive of human rights violations, having nothing to do with commercial process. Do not be a blind follower. I repeat, do not be a blind follower. This topic is a perfect example of why we must study. Below is a directive. Okay, link. Example of why we must study. MHSS, National Principles of Action. We will be pointing the PDFs from the congressional records for edification. So, and plain words, more that study, we know that council courts are not correct. Unless it's coming from the Europeans. Because they are the immigrants on the land. Oh yeah, that's all I gotta say, Moore.
Islam, Moore.
Now, from the court's point of view. Okay, guys, so this is the 6th Division District Court of Rhode Island case summary, case number 61-2020-02734. This was from or filed on, rather, March 5th, 2020, exactly when Jamal states. You can see this is the state versus Jamal. The offense on the case information reads obstructing officer in execution of duty, which of course resulted in an arrest, disorderly conduct, and resisting legal or illegal arrest. All right, here we go. Here are the statutes that you can look at. The offense date, which was actually the 4th. I don't know if it was overnight or what the story was, but it does state that the case was filed on the 5th of March, and it is currently open. It's a misdemeanor case. Excuse me while I fumble through this a little bit because I did not read it thoroughly before I got on here to report this.
So who sent you then?
So who said you if you had to read it thoroughly?
If you got so much videos out, you got videos out for the past 2 years that you have a routine of when you put out videos. How is it that this thing just happens to be something you didn't check out first? You're just putting stuff out there.
Because she was told, she was directed to.
This must be agent activity.
It's co-entail.
Plaintiff is the state of Rhode Island. The defendant is Jamal Latimer or Latimer. Now, let me just say this. There were apparently 2 other arrests at exactly the same time. Why they didn't arrest the multitude of people that were supposedly there, I don't know. But there were 3 people specifically that were arrested. Additional information on this can be located on the public portal at rhodeisland.gov.
No, how come you're not talking about this is a misdemeanor?
They're not saying that at
How
all.
you not talking about? How you not talking about not guilty plea entered? So he's innocent until proven at this point. At this point, he's innocent until proven. All this information that they're putting out is strictly to try to slander.
That's all it is.
And try to quote unquote build up a case, tie him to consular court and all this, and try to build up a case because they have no case because they're a fraud.
Yep, and not just that. Jamal has a case against them for them kicking in his door without the proper warrant. That warrant from that magistrate for resisting arrest charge. I never seen that before in my life. Never, Moor. You trying to tell me?
I don't know.
You trying to tell me you kicked in this Moor door because you gave him a misdemeanor? He had a confrontation with a damn policy enforcer that's not even a national. Okay, he's a damn European who don't even have a nationality. He's a U.S. corporate citizen, right? Which the corporation is de facto anyway because they're not, and they're the juror status. They are de facto. So how you is able to come and harass me, then kidnap me, then destroy my door to my home where I domicile at? How the hell is this relevant for a misdemeanor?
Yeah.
That's the question we ask ourselves. And then you drop everything to put out this video. You drop everything. Okay, let me just hurry up and, go through this and, put this out. Really? Really? These people have the audacity to just do whatever they feel, and they are violating the law. They violate. So who's going to be there to put them in check? Who's putting them in check?
No, they can't be in check because they can't be in check because everybody wants to be Negro and black and want to play around like they don't want a nationality.
That's what I'm saying, boy. That's what I'm saying. They acquiescing to their behavior.
Yeah.
But they sit up here talking about, oh, you up here quoting the white man's law. And I laugh at the law and tell them I'm the white man. Because it's instead, it's not in no damn pigmentation.
It's too deep for them.
These people, they're not getting status. They're not getting status in law. That's the thing they're not getting. And then they're not getting that they are the sovereigns of the land. They're not getting that. Collectively, when they come together, they're not getting that. So when I try to explain or I try to demonstrate within the realm of those aspects. Because if you don't, they'll be lost. They'll be lost to the source. And then you have these Europeans coming in, which they are using language and casting spells. And they don't even get that part. They don't get it. They don't even get that part. And just like you said, Moore, for anybody to hold them accountable, we got to start acquiescing to the bull crap. Simple. It's nothing hard. It's nothing hard at all.
Yeah, they're playing with the Moor. So be on your P's and Q's. Because these people are playing games.
Oh yeah, Moore. Oh
right?
yeah,
These
Moore.
people are playing games.
I'm not trying to bring no type of attention as far as that. But I'm saying I'm gonna still stand my square. I'm still gonna
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But I know.
No, but that's the thing that you're talking about with the degrees, though.
Right.
Because a lot of people think that because they read it, they're it.
Right.
When reading it doesn't make you it.
Why the police is messing with them? They got to be doing something bad.
Yeah.
You see, our people are too trusting. They think this government is really theirs when it's not theirs. You are servitude to it.
Yep. It's Walmart.
Yeah. You know when you go to Walmart, you can't steal. Go to Walmart and put your hands on their stuff.
Right now.
What happens to you?
And let's put this in context, right? How is State of Rhode Island a plaintiff?
Right.
How is a state a plaintiff?
How the state what now, Moore?
A plaintiff.
A plaintiff, because the state, they can't be a plaintiff. They can't be. It got to be the corporation that's coming after me. You see, because you're not representing the state. You're representing a corporation.
Let's play some more.
So when they say state versus, the more, blah blah blah. All they doing is using tactics.
Yeah.
Okay, because if anything, the state is the mind. Okay, so if your mind state is not intact, guess what? Your state's gonna be plundered. Your state's gonna be robbed. Your state's gonna be attacked. So that's why they say state versus whoever, because we know that what state you're talking about.
And people who don't speak up for that fraud are working with the fraud.
Yeah, they right with it.
So the fact that she went through state of whatever, Jamal and all this, just because you went through all that and you didn't bring up the fact that, hold on a second, if the state of is a corporation, because all these Europeans know that's not some secret. If the state is a corpse, how is it a plaintiff in a misdemeanor case?
They just made that up, Moore. They made it up.
A misdemeanor case?
They made it up, Moore. It shouldn't even been that. They shouldn't even They shouldn't even have no warrant to come and kick in the Moor domicile. They shouldn't even did that. And they know they messed up more. They know they did. That's why they had to hurry up and send this woman out to validate what they did.
Yeah. Yeah, she got a couple minutes more.
All right.
So we'll do the search for you. So you may actually have to search by name or by case number, but the link to where I'm at right now will be in the description. Case events, criminal case information update, J-link to police department, criminal complaint filed, not guilty plea entered, waiver of jury trial, notice to court date, minimus issued, writ of habeas corpus issued. All right, and then we have the hearings, which was, of course, there was an arraignment, setting of bail, and then there is a pretrial conference we will be taking a look at for the 20th of March. We're going to keep this close at hand and be following it very similarly to the way we do Sharon Tracy Gale and Corey Pitts. The bond setting. 1 second, and I will update this so that you can see that.
Right, so they've created looking at Moor's activity and uploading it, because you already know that these people are going to come and take it and use that as evidence.
Yep.
To build up their little SPLCs and Finch and Flowers and whatever, have their little think tank that is trying to curb the Moorish activity because they take houses and they don't. That's not what's going on.
Mm-mm.
They have all this stuff. Say that again?
Yeah, what's going on is they losing power, and everybody knows it. That's what's going on. They're losing their footing. That's what's going on. So
Yeah.
they need to try to contain all the active Moors, but they're not going to be able.
Right, and then with these Europeans like these people here, right? Don't be fighting against Moors. We're not the problem.
We're not the problem.
Moors are not the problem.
Yeah, the ones that you call your heroes, all your good black leaders, all your good Farrakhan's, all your good, you know what I mean? Whoever our Moorish people are looking into now, they're not for you. Get with some DeJoy Moor that's for you and learn from them. That's all I gotta say. Like, if you know DeJoy Moor and you know this Moor is putting out DeJoy information, get with them. Study. You don't have to put your business. I'm gonna repeat this again. Get with those Moors that's putting out that DeJoy information, and you get up under them and you get the information and you study on your own. Study to find yourself approved. That's it. That's all our people gotta reinforce in their brain. It's not hard, Moor. It's not hard at all. Support your Moor. Because they're the ones that's gonna help you climb up out of the situation that you are in. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by them imposters. Okay? Real rosters here. Don't be a fool. Because we know, most definitely know, that the people that are under the Europeans, they are their minions. And they are working and pressing the buttons while they sit back and laugh, like I said before. They mark Martin Luther King, they laugh at him, you know, got him on display as 3/5 of a human being, You know, so these Europeans think we're a joke.
Mhm.
For real, they think we're a joke. They think that we're not gonna come together because all we do is sit back and debate.
Right.
You know
That's
what
the
I mean?
key. That's the key. They thought we weren't gonna come together, but we came together for the little situation.
That's right.
You know?
And we're coming together more now. We are coming together more now.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? They ain't stopping nothing. Like I said before, this is not my movement. This is not Cool Joe movement. This is not Taj movement. This is not Sapir movement. This is not Lean Bay movement. This is not Tarak movement. Okay? This is not Quran movement. This is Allah's movement. And Allah sent us a prophet. Okay? He's a thought of Allah manifested. Okay? And you cannot circumscribe Allah. I challenge you to circumscribe Allah. Okay? So, we need to get on the right track, Moor. That's all. That's all we need to do. Get on the right track. Because the prophet brought us everything
It takes to
correct
save
in
a
his act
nation.
to save ourselves and then save the nation. So what's the problem?
Yeah. Real easy.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's nothing rocket science to this. It's science, but it's not rocket.
Islam.
You know? For real.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
you know,
hold on.
that's how I look at it.
Let me just see what's left. We got about 2 minutes. We'll just let this ride out.
And this is the reason why the secondary video was up that his girlfriend posted, because the bond setting was done on the 5th yesterday, a surety bond of $20,000 at 10% required, which was $2,000 in order for Jamal to actually get out on to have his bail met. All right, so I wanted to make sure everybody was actually
right, and then they've all been released.
They all been released, you know what I mean? But they said they only kept Jamal, and his bond was 20%, and 10% of that was what, $2,000?
Yeah.
So they went after who they was going after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody else was just there.
Yeah, just there. You know? And that's what they want to do. They want to disrupt the nation. They want to disrupt, more that's doing something in the community, that's uplifting fallen humanity. You don't see none of these temple Moors getting their house kicked in. You're not seeing none of that. You're not. Because they're all down with the program. Now, when Moors break away from that and they find out the folly is in that, then they come after you again anyway. You know?
Right.
So that's why I gotta tell Moors, like, just think about most of the things that you do. And think about your movement. This is your movement. It's not my movement alone. It's not Cool Joe movement alone. It's all Asiatics movement. Think about it like that. Think about it. This is your birthright. This is your inheritance. Think about your children. If you think it's messed up now, what are you going to leave them? What are they going to do? How are they going to survive? How are they going to defend themselves if people right now is killing them just because? wake up and know this is not a game. This is not a game. I know people like to play it like it's a game, but it's not a game. This is real life. And people need to wake up to that. Like, you wanna die and go to heaven? Your heaven's supposed to be right here. This is the land of milk and honey. If you so indoctrinated and so into that dogma that you thinking that you gotta wait till you leave here to get heaven, then you're wrong. Your heaven's supposed to be made right here, right now. But they're not looking at it in that aspect, Moor.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Because to my studies and to my knowledge, we're supposed to be making heaven on earth. It's supposed to be another heavenly experience. Because when we leave here, we don't die. We leave the shell of the body, and we go back to our Creator. And then it's up to the Creator to decide what they want to do with itself. So, that's how I look at it, Moor.
It's a lot more. So, we just want to put the link in the chat for any of the cavemen.
Yeah,
any of the cavemen or the troglodytes. The troglodytes are the cavemen in the chat that want to defend the claims of your illustrious Virgo triad. Please push the link. We're here right now, and we would like you to push that link if you think if you think Moors are moops and all that stuff. There's the link. Just push the link. Probably won't push the link because, as we know, people get sent here.
Oh yeah, I already know they get offended. You know what I mean? But it's nothing to be offended about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We wasn't offended when you called us niggas and monkeys. We wasn't offended when you called us coons. When you put us up underneath the food chain. Think about some of the stuff that we did to each other. You know what I mean? Because Moors are not perfect. We enslaved them. We put their women in their harems. We procreated with them and made other nationalities. So
hold on. What do you speak about nationality too? Just remember that Seinfeld and Kramer and all of them, they got nationality. They're foreigners, just like you. So
they got nationality.
Just remember that it was the dumbass who didn't know it was Moors and thought they were talking about moops. It was the dumbass European.
They thought they were talking about what now?
Moops.
They thought they were talking about what?
Moops.
Moops.
Yeah, instead of Moors. Yeah, there's a long backstory about a bubble boy and all this type of stuff. It's pretty crazy. But the moral of the whole episode was Moors or moops. What are they?
Right.
On Seinfeld. But
Moor.
yeah, obviously. Bubble Boy, but even Bubble Boy knew that.
Right.
Even Bubble Boy knew that.
But you know what though? You know what? When I used to watch Seinfeld, you know what I mean? They used to always wear the fez. I seen the chick with the turkey on her head with the fez on top. You know what I mean? that's mocking us right there, because turkeys represent the Turkish Moors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they do their ritual by cutting the turkey head off and putting it on a platter. Okay, they are happy with the way things are. That's why they're giving thanks for them chopping our nation off by its neck and holding us in servitude. Because that's exactly what they're doing. We're prisoners of war. Period. Because this is not their land. Most definitely this is not their land. And most definitely they're not Americans. Period.
I mean, the Europeans mad that the time is up. You know that you're mad.
You don't
have to be. You don't have to be.
And the prophet said, we're going to leave some of these Europeans here to teach government.
But they're not even here. They're not even here teaching that. They're here slandering Moors. They're not even here teaching government.
Yeah, I'm saying once the Moors come together collectively, the Europeans that's going to stay here is going to be the ones that's going to be teaching government, and they're going to be the ones that's still farming around here. But the ones that in these governmental capacity that is frequently robbing the indigenous Aboriginal people, oh yeah, they're going to be the ones that's going to be up out of this country. They're going to be put on a ship and get the hell on. Because that's what it really needs to happen. Like all these, I'm just looking at all the atrocities that our people are going through. It doesn't matter, European, Asiatic, doesn't matter. Okay, you using your authority and you abusing your power. All those Europeans, we need to get them and pop them all up and throw their ass in a paddy wagon and put them on a boat and drop their ass off in Europe some damn with them until they cannot come back to America ever again. They cannot come back to Morocco. It's over with for them. But the Europeans that want to, do what's right and
make America great again.
Make America great again for real. You can stay. You can stay. Yeah, you can stay. Yeah, you can stay. But the rest of you guys, nah, I'm sorry, buddy. Let me see what you did. You was on the bench for how many years and how many people you put on death row, and I'm looking at everything. I'm evaluating you just like you evaluate all these innocent people and you put them in prison and you lock them up. That's how I'm going to do your ass.
Until we're in that seat, there ain't nothing. Ain't no need talking about that till we're in that seat.
I know that's right, Moor. I know that's right. Let me just be quiet on that. For real.
Islam to all Moors. So keep on keeping on, Moors. You already know the sellout is real. Make sure you study. Make sure you study.
Islam. Because once you finish studying and you ask what to study else, we say study self.
And that's all it's about. Study and study self. Don't worry about the naysayers. Remember, social duties. You don't have to lift your ear to slander. You don't have to lift your ear to slander. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But know for a fact that you're not going to take any BS against the birthright.
That's right.
Right? Because we have a right to that. Happy Holy Day to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love. Brother Menelik, give thanks, Moor.
Hey, I want to say this more before I leave the chat. I want to give a big up to Canaanland Moors. They are doing a thing. I want to give a big up to Tariq Bay. I want to give a big up to Raz Mariah Bay. I want to give a big up to everybody in Canaanland. I want to give a big up to Al Tarak Bay. I want to give a big up to Kara Bay. And I want to give a big up to all the people that's out there, all the Muslims around the world that's trying to get their life, their house in order so they can be more productive for us. That's going to exact the Prophet's law. Peace and Islam.
Islam. Peace and love, Moors. Peace and love.
Yes, sir. Hey, Moore, that's it for the session.
Give thanks, man.
Invasion.
Watch for democracies, hypocrisy, philosophies, fear and chop factories, pseudo-fraud mockeries and poppy fields, blocking swinging chops without Moroccan shields, industry demonic fraud versus walking stocking wheels, coffin fields empty, buried in the battlefield, working on the streets is walking in some cattle fields. King out for Jerusalem, love a mental snoozing, sleepwalking and talking, cell phones are soothing. Minds disappearing, genetic memory erasing. Don't even have a job where they get you for tax evasion. Hot like a frying pan, crying fam, lion men. News guys inspired men, no loyalty, just buying friends. No credit, debt slaves, walking over paved graves. Enslaved, enraged, marriage to death prearranged. Mike Sufi Genie, song tracks bikini. Stupid niggas call my first bucket hat when they see me. But won't ask a thing or drink the water that I bring. But when the Pope comes, they kissing on the ring. They rather drink a rapper's flow from the black fountain. Pipe Piper got the dead, lined up in the thousands. Confusion with illusions, infusion with sorcery. Won't give up my birthright no matter what they offer me. No deal. Push the red button, I'm going home. Close my eyes, we SNL and Vendome. The fires that we burn on roll, make them all shake. Islamism grand sheet, not spelled like shake. Open minds, not scared on when you enter my zone. I wouldn't call it murder when I snap the neck of my clone. Trying to escape with the Moorish temple charter. Jesus face the Carter, no making me a martyr. Sir, I am larger. Aura is my armor. When I plant a seed in my soil, round farmer. Use the almanac, sorta like an almanac. Keep listening, sleepless hip-hop insomniac. Moorish MC, call me that acquiesce, don't fall back, just fall back. Any rapper after 95, all whack. Their flow just trickles like drops on icicles. Rappers need training wheels on their rhymesicles. Keep people's mind pickled in a lost realm. When it comes to Moorish MCs, I'm at the helm.
Invasion.
Trying to escape with the Moorish temple charter. Jesus face the slaughter, no making me a martyr. Third eye and larger. Aura is my armor. Aura is my armor. Aura is my armor. Islam, I thought we were done, but I just got a call.
Islam, Moore.
Islam, boy.
Islam,
Hold on, let me try to pull it up so that we can see the chat. Oh my gosh. Oh no, let me see if this works. This might not work. Yeah, it should work. Maybe. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, yo. So you're talking about the chat. Go ahead, Bart. Go
Right.
ahead.
First off, give thanks to the Grand Sheik, and I just want to congratulate you, boy, because you made it. I haven't looked in the chat in a long time because I'm on the other side and doing class or whatnot.
Yeah.
But looking in the chat, I said, "Oh, I've never seen so much hate. They are mad. I've never seen it like this. Never. So I want to congratulate you because you know you're doing something right. Once they start writing stuff like this, once they start going hard like this, that's when you know you're doing something right. Once they just, agreeing and not giving the slander and all of that, you're not doing nothing. You got to wait till they start slandering you and coming at you. That's when you know you're doing something. So I just want to congratulate you, boy. You made it. Because they mad right now. I've never seen, Gracie, I've never seen the chat look like this. Never. Okay, now we're gonna correct a lot of things that went on. The cool runnings guy, or the cool Nala, the cool runnings, right? Him, I don't even know. Okay, that's the other thing. A lot of these jokers in the chat, I don't even know what they are, who they are, any of that. One of them I know is for sure modern European colonist, and comes on the Moorish platform and says a bunch of jibber jabber, like he knows the law. How you know law here? It's not Europe. You can't. You're a foreigner. Was saying something earlier about the judges and do law and adjudicate and no. How can a European come in America and make any decisions? How you do that? How'd you do that? And then these other jokers, I think they might be Indians or whatever. We already know they mad at everything because of the low send deals. We kill them with that every time. Mad, just coming on here, not saying. One of them talking about, why don't you more take a DNA test? We already went over that. We went over that. That's fraud. That's fraud. DNA was used for eugenics. You can get the book, what is it? Nazi Eugenics from Edwin Black. He another modern European. He talks about all of that. I seen somebody write, you can get the DNA conspiracy papers of 1960 something, giving them the facts. Like, yeah, that stuff is not real. It's fake. And then they still running their mouth. Like they know something. You're incompetent. If that's the first thing why don't you more? No. You're incompetent. Somebody even said something I haven't seen in years, talking about you more as an African American. What's that?
I was just gonna bring up the one. This is not Morocco. Morocco is in Africa. That was another one they put in
right.
there.
Like now, when they say that, they speaking half truths, because we all know this Northwest Africa. We in Northwest Africa. So like when you say that to a incompetent person, that means something. That would probably bother them. But to somebody who studies, okay, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah.
I see it teaches Africa is a code word for the world. So what are you saying? What are you saying? It is coming on here mad.
Mad. Because they wanted them to kill Jamal. That's what they wanted to do. They're mad.
Oh, that's exactly what they wanted.
They wanted it to be a shootout so they could have some shit to talk about again with the Moors.
Yep. And say,
to get 50,000 views. The hell out of here. We're not.
I don't care what would have happened.
We're not no.
I still would have been right here.
Yep.
In class talking about these colonizers. I'm a Moor, straight this Morocco, all of that. Still, same thing.
Still.
Nothing skipped.
Chinese not Chinese because triads did something.
Exactly.
Yeah,
came in here mad, Green Sheet. I was like, look at this chat.
they were mad in the chat.
And you know, we don't do the block thing.
Oh no, we let them talk, yo. We let them talk.
We let you come on here and say all the, because that's all we do. That's exactly what it is, Green Sheet. Let them talk. Yeah. We let them talk.
Let them talk.
This because we're gonna see how incompetent you are. A European make decisions here in America. How did you do that?
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing that?
Or how are you doing that without committing fraud? Let's put it like that. Jamal's a goner. Jamal's home. You guys mad? Are you mad at the Moor? Mad at the Moor because he's not being Negro like all your friends. He's not giving you the superior position as the white man. No, we're the white man. Get mad. Get mad. The white men are back. The true white men.
Right.
We know what you guys. We know what you did. We know what you did with all your Negro acts and all that. We know exactly what you did. So yeah, get mad. Because we're taking white man back. No, don't worry. I'm not on welfare. Don't worry. I'm not even on welfare. I'm straight.
Yeah. All they did was set up for their own demise. Because they're the true black man and black woman.
Yep.
And the true nigger. They set up all of these
true slave.
Christian black codes and all of that. At the end, when we take our places back as the true white man, they fall into that category. That's y'all. That's your status. That's for you. Because free white person in Henry Campbell's Black's Law Dictionary says it does not mean Caucasian race. So
does not mean Caucasian race.
This is not me saying it. This is your own people saying it in their law book. Since they like to say, "Oh, that's the white man's book." All right. Well, these Europeans is out of control, and they know it.
Oh yeah, and you trailer park trash. You're gonna be classified as it too.
Right, King Alfred.
If you want to play a little KKK games and you don't like niggers and all that stuff, trailer park trash guy, you're with the niggers.
Yep. King Alfred. I was listening to Dick Gregory. He said jokingly, he said, "You're not truly white unless you can call the stock market and ask how it's doing." I said, "Dang." That's when you white. When you can call the stock market and ask what's going on. I said, "Oh, okay." Okay. So so-called white people are not even white people. Because they can't do that. They fall in the category with niggers.
Sure.
Green Sheik, I've never seen him so mad in the chat.
Yeah,
never. It was one time I looked at the screen. The whole 6 people in the lineup was
I see that. I see that. All the sellouts were just lined up right in a row. Perfect for the firing squad.
Wow.
Perfect for the firing squad, yo. Just lined up. Yeah, I see that. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, boy, I know you just wanted to get out for a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just wanted to let them dirties know.
We see y'all.
Thanks.
We see y'all, troglodytes. Don't be bad. And to all the good troglodytes out there, give thanks for everything that you're doing for the Moorish nation. Give thanks for all the beings that you brought on the planet. If you're a troglodyte woman, and then you got with an Asiatic man, give thanks for bringing those beings here. You know what I mean? Because we know some light skins and stuff like that. So we want to give honors.
Welfare.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they talking crazy.
Crazy.
Welfare. You can Google it. Modern Europeans are the most people on welfare here. They're the most people on welfare. They are. Not Moors. Europeans are the most people on welfare. You can Google it. It's not even hard.
Y'all playing around, huh? Y'all playing? All right. Okay. Since you guys want to play. You guys want to play? We'll play with you for a sec. Since you want to play games, we'll play with you for a bit. We'll play with you for a bit. Tell me how you like these apples. Tell me how you like these apples.
We can get
Because to me, the temples are some of the greatest architecture in the world. You start building a pyramid, try building an Egyptian temple. But one temple that they never ever show, and that is the temple of Seti I at Abydos. I'm collecting Camite or Egyptian artifacts and Egyptian pictures from the late 80s and the late 80s and the early 90s. And other than Dr. Ben's books, Abbasid to Giza, I don't find a lot of pictures of this temple. Now I find literally, other than Seti's book, which was a white woman who spent her whole life at the temple of Seti I and in that area. And you can also get a documentary on her, and National Geographic did a thing called Egypt, the Eternal Quest. They did it in 1982. You still show it on PBS every now and then. But outside of that little thing with Seti, and outside of Dr. Ben's book, who just so happens to be a black man, you don't get no pictures of Seti I. Now, I got two pictures of Seti I, and it's very interesting. I get a picture and a painting, a real nice watercolor done in the late 1800s, when they first started traveling into Kemet. Late 1800s to mid 1800s. I get this beautiful preserved temple, and they quote that it's one of the most preserved temples in Kemet, Egypt. I don't get any more pictures of this mysterious picture that I have in my library at home again. The next time I get a picture, is 1989. And the temple is completely torn apart and reassembled. And it looks nothing like the original temple in the 19th century painting. Even Seti I, Seti, by the time she said she gets there in the 1920s or the 1930s, this white woman, she said the temple was completely demolished. And she spends her whole life